friends, today I'm going to show you my very special August TBR. So I've been dropping like slight hints, like saying like, oh, I bought this book for my August TBR, or oh, this fits with my August TBR. And like I have been saying basically since the beginning of July that I'm just really excited because I'm planning a special August TBR. And if you haven't guessed it yet from the couple of hints that I've been dropping or from the thumbnail, this month I have decided to read books that Melanie loves. If you're a frequent watcher of my channel, you probably know Melanie, and there's probably so many of you that actually came here through Melanie, just talking about me in her videos. But Melanie is one of the most important people in my life, someone that I love with all of my heart, and just someone that I cannot imagine my life without, to the point where I'm wondering how we haven't like known each other forever. It just feels that way. And since August is her birthday month, I thought that it would just be a really fun idea to dedicate my TBR to read books that Melanie loves. And the thing is that I just have so many books on my TBR that Melanie really loves. A couple of them I've had for years already and just never really got to, and then other ones I bought because of her. And so I just thought that it will be good for my TBR as well to dedicate a month to reading her favorite books. And I just love so many of her recommendations. We've had so many buddy reads together where we felt the exact same thing, and so I just thought that this would be a really fun idea. If you're wondering why I'm posting this TBR so early, it is because I didn't want to wait too long to post this, because while I have been like dropping hints, I think if I had posted this a week into the month and had by that point maybe already read like 2 books, it would have been very obvious, and I would have like snapped Melanie like, oh my god, I just read this book that you really loved, and like I just didn't want to give too much away. So I thought I'd just post it right now before the month has even started. I'm gonna talk about everything that I have that Melanie loved. I'm probably not gonna read everything, but I just wanted to like put everything on this TBR and then just see what I am in the mood for during the month. I do have some arcs that I still need to read as well this month. That's just how it goes, but I just really wanted to dedicate this whole video to Melanie, and really just want to dedicate the month of August to reading books that Melanie loves, and hopefully I will love them all as well. So I'm gonna start with the most obvious one, and that is Gideon the Ninth. I am so mad that I didn't get to this in July, and I really tried to fit this into my reading rush TBR, but there was just too many other things, and so I didn't want to read this, especially because like this is just something like I didn't want to rush through this, and that's why I didn't read it during the reading rush as well. But this had like my highest priority because this is Melanie's favorite book of 2019 so far, and so I just feel so ridiculous that I haven't read it yet, especially because she gifted me this arc as well, and I'm just like, how the fuck have I not read it? So highest priority, and just absolutely cannot wait for this one. Another book that Melanie has gifted me, this was for Christmas, is The Book of the Unnamed Midwife by MacLeod. I think this is like an apocalyptic book. I think it has like some feminist elements, and this is something that I really wanted to read because of Melanie anyway. Like I definitely found out about this book through her, and the fact that she also gifted me this for Christmas is obviously especially special and awesome. And I think this is relatively short, so this is probably another one that will definitely happen. And then I actually have 2 Anna Marie McLemore books. The first one is Wild Beauty, and the other one is Blanca y Roja. Now I want to say that Melanie loves Blanca y Roja even more than she loved Wild Beauty, so I think I'm gonna prioritize Blanca y Roja. And also, you might know that I am on a book buying ban, and I had to buy something off Medimobs, something non-bookish, but then I saw that this was available, and I was like, oh my god, that just would fit so perfectly into my August TBR. So I ended up buying it, even though I am on a book buying ban. So that's also why this has priority, because I just want to make sure that if I break my book buying ban, it's at least for something that I read immediately. So this is definitely higher priority than Wild Beauty, but hopefully I will just get to both of them. I've never read anything by Anna Marie McLemore, except I think short stories in some anthologies, so it's about damn time anyway. Then I have The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is a hint that I have been dropping because I just finished City of Glass, which means I can finally move on to this book. And I know I've been like saying for months and months that I'm gonna read this, but like it was really good motivation for me to finally read City of Glass, because I knew that this is another book that Melanie just really loved. So I knew that if I finished City of Glass in July, that would mean that I could also fit this into my August TBR. So this is another one that I am 100% sure I am going to read because I've been wanting to read it for a long time anyway, and it is also relatively short. So I'm super excited to finally be at the point in my Mortal Instruments reread where I can get to this one and to also be able to fit it into this very special August TBR. Then I have If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. Now, I don't know what it was. I want to say it was it in October when Melanie read these like spooky books with some people? I think that is where she might have read this one. I don't know exactly, but I just remember that I was really excited when I heard her talk about it, and that's actually why I bought it. Like, this is one of the books that I bought because of Melanie, because she talked about it and she really liked it, and so naturally I had to put this on this TBR as well. This is definitely some of the lower priority books, like basically all the ones that I mentioned right now, I 100% am gonna read. This is something where I'm like, okay, let's see if I can actually get to it, but I know that this has Shakespeare elements, which is something that I love reading about, and so hopefully, I mean, how many pages? 420, that's fine, that should be possible. Then I have Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. This is another one that I bought because of Melanie. This is an adult fantasy, and I think it is a book that's kind of more on the funny side, I want to say. This has almost 500 pages, so with this one, I'm really not sure, but I actually had this on my TBR like 2 or 3 months ago because I got it on my TBR jar. So I'm kind of like, you should have read this anyway like 3 months ago, so you might as well read it this month. But again, I'm just really like, I don't know, it just intimidates me, and I feel like this TBR is so big anyway, but I hopefully can get to all of these, like definitely. I just don't want to give you and Melanie specifically too many high hopes that I'm actually going to read all of these. But I am really excited about this, and I'm especially excited about this, which I know that sounds so stupid, but I'm especially excited about this because reading this means that I can get to the sequel, which has a lesbian main character, so, you know, that's just who I am, that's just what I do. And then the final physical book that I have is The Long Way to the Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, another one that like now probably half a year ago I got from my TBR jar and then never actually ended up reading. And I remember this moment so specifically because I even sent Melanie a snap and I was like, oh my god, here's a sneak peek for my TBR, look what I got from my TBR jar, and then I never fucking read it. So I feel bad putting it on this TBR knowing it doesn't have a high priority, but I think it's actually going to happen this month. This one, I feel like people have said good things about the audiobook. I might be mistaken, but could be. So maybe if I can find it, this is one that I'm actually going to listen to on audio. Another one that I'm really excited for and that I bought because of Melanie and had never even heard about before is Senlin Ascents by Josiah Bancroft. I bought this in a Kindle deal sometime last year, and this is just one of the most intriguing books I've ever heard about in my entire life. So this is another one that has pretty high priority because I'm just like, I want to know what this is about because it sounds so cool and so unique. And again, I had never heard about this book before Melanie talked about it, so definitely super high priority. Then I also have The Bone Witch by Rinchu Pecco. I have been owning this ebook for absolutely ever. I want to say I got this in a Kindle deal even before the sequel came out, and now the third book is already out. So it has been a long time. It is definitely one that like I bought because I kind of liked the cover and it was just cheap, but obviously knowing that Melanie really loves it, it has kind of like slowly but surely made its way up my TBR anyway. And so I really hope that I can get to read this month just because it has been on my TBR for this long. And I just know that Rinchu Pecco as an author also means a lot to Melanie. I actually have one Rinchu Pecco arc and I'm like, I could fit that in even though Melanie hasn't read it yet. I'm like, you know, just because of the author, so that might be a smart decision to read that one in August as well. And then finally from my TBR, the one with the least chance that I'm actually gonna read it, but still I'm putting it on here, is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is, I think, an adult dystopian science fiction fantasy, something around that range, and I don't know, this just intimidates me. This intimidates me a lot, but it's another one that I've been owning for quite a long while, and I just kind of thought that it sounded cool and I wanted to be like, oh my god, like I'm gonna read this like adult fantasy book, but then I was just actually like, oh, will I read it though? But then I also like found out that Melanie really loved it, so then I was like, okay, I'm actually excited about it, but again, it intimidates me. And in a month where I really want to try and read a lot of books, I am just not sure if I can actually manage it, like if I actually can just be like, okay, I'm just gonna take this on and just do it. We will see. It's gonna be fine. So this is everything that I own. This is everything on my own TBR that I know Melanie loves, that I hope to read this month. I definitely would love to get Strange Grace, maybe at my library, maybe it's on script, because I know how much Strange Grace means to Melanie, so I would really, really love to read it this month as well. And then 2 other books that I know are for sure in my library are Girl Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake and Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. These are 2 books that I also know that Melanie really loved, and I know that they are available at my library, so if I can fit them in, I definitely will. But these are like super low priority just because I don't own them. And again, I would rather actually love to read Strange Grace just because I know she loves all of these books, but I just know that Strange Grace is like, you know, very much up there. So I really, really hope I can get my hands on that one, but I'm not really sure. And definitely overall, my TBR has the highest priority. Again, especially these 4 books are like super, super high priority. And yeah, I just absolutely cannot wait. When I like decided to do this, again, it was like the beginning of July. When I decided to do this, I was like, oh my God, when is it August? When is it August? Because I'm just so excited. I absolutely cannot wait. And I just really, really hope that I love everything. Like, there is a low chance that I will actually love everything. Let's be real. And I know that's totally fine, but like, could you actually imagine? Could you imagine this power move? If I would love everything, I don't think Melanie and me could handle that. But yeah, that is everything for my August TBR. Obviously, let me know if you have anything that you really love from this so that I can also know to prioritize it. But yeah, cannot wait to dedicate my whole month to Melanie. It just feels right with how much I love her and how much she means to me and how much I just appreciate her presence in my life. Honestly, a whole month dedicated to her is not even enough. Anyway, I'm gonna stop being cheesy. This is a level of cheese that honestly is even a lot for me. But I mean, I feel like Melanie's kind of used to it. I just really love to be loud about the things and people that I love. And so yeah, here is this TBR. Join me if you want to, if you own anything that like Melanie recommended that you bought because of her or something like that, you should absolutely join me in reading books that like Melanie recommended or loved. I would, oh my God, if you're gonna do that, let me know. I would love that so much. And let's just all celebrate Melanie the whole fucking month and every day of the year, honestly. Okay, now I'm actually done. I make new videos every Wednesday and Sunday with occasional reviews on Friday, so click subscribe to never miss anything and hit the little bell so you get notified as well. Thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon.